Hi, I'm Victims Advocate Kathy High. Many people have seen To Catch a Predator on television but may not know that our Lexington Division of Police has a detective who works on internet crimes against children. Today's Victim Voice, we have a guest, Detective David Flannery from the Lexington Division of Police. We're happy to have you here, Detective Flannery.
Thank you for having me.
How long have you been with the Lexington Police?
About 8 years, almost right at 8 years.
Okay. And what is your current assignment?
Right now I'm assigned to the Internet Crimes Against Children in the Special Victims section.
Okay. Currently with the Internet Crimes Against Children, what kinds of cases do you deal with?
Primarily we deal with online enticement of minors, to include the exploitation of minors, such as child pornography, cyberbullying, any kind of online harassment or enticement or anything like that.
I think most people would be interested to know, specifically today we're going to talk a little bit more about the cases where you are online portraying yourself as a 13 or 14-year-old girl in order to catch a predator. And I just wonder if you could tell us a little bit about how that works.
I go around to all the local schools and give presentations, and while I'm giving the presentation, I'm also there to learn. And some of the questions that I ask are, what kind of social networking are the children using? And then when I get back to the office, I log on to those sites so that I'm able to go in and portray myself as a minor. And it allows me the opportunity to get into those social medias, get familiar with them. But at the same time, if there is a predator in there, I'm hoping that he or she will attack me instead of an actual juvenile.
We had a case that our office prosecuted. The defendant was Jasper Jennings, and I wonder if you could just kind of tell us a little bit about how you met him online, how he came to be arrested, the charges you filed.
Jasper Jennings was a interesting case. It started off to be what I would call a normal chat case, where I'm in a chat room and I'm approached by an individual. He did identify himself, and I was able to identify him. He did set up a meet location after talking about sexual intercourse and different sexual acts. He did set up a meet location at the Walmart in Hamburg. He was unable to make the meet because he was arrested on some warrants that he had that were real recently filed. These warrants came from 2 other counties, which had also, their Internet Crimes Against Children detectives were also chatting with Mr. Jennings. So I was able to get my warrants for the charges that I had against Mr. Jennings, and we were able to serve him with those. And those included use of electronic communications device to procure a minor, which was the online enticement and the chats, and then also failure to comply with the sex offender registration, because Mr. Jennings had been caught previously and out of state in Ohio for chatting with a minor, and actually went to the meet location. So I was able to charge him with the failure to comply with the sex offender registration because he was a registered sex offender. After serving him with those warrants in the Frankfort jail where he was lodged, we were able to obtain and execute a search warrant at Mr. Jennings' residence here in Lexington. And we were able to find several computers with child pornography on them.
So was he charged additionally with possession of child pornography?
That's correct.
Can you give advice about some safety tips for parents?
The number one safety tip that I would give to parents is communication. You need to communicate with your kids. Let them know the risks that are out there. It has to be age appropriate, but you can find several things online, several cases that even I've been involved in, or several cases that other people have been involved in around the country. And you can sit down and explain to your child, this is what's on the computer, this is what can happen if you talk to people that you don't know and you give personal information. Another tip that I would give is, obviously, don't let them have a computer in their room.
Wow.
And with a computer, I'm talking about iPods, iPod Touches, Xboxes, all this stuff that can be connected to the internet. They can have it, just, do your homework. Study on the privacy settings. There's several privacy settings. For an iPod Touch example, you can limit the internet so that the child is not able to get on the internet. You can limit the camera. You can turn the camera off, which limits sending pictures and receiving pictures. And it also has what they call FaceTime, which is webcam, where you can see other people on webcam and you be on webcam. You can turn that off also. So there's all kinds of settings. So the top 3 that I would say is communication, and then homework. Do your homework, and learn about the devices that you're buying for your children, and just talk to them about it. So going back to the communication again.
Well, thank you so much, Detective Flannery.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you being here today.